I'll second.
Okay,
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Guess we're having a meeting.
okay. So now the minutes.
I need a motion on minutes. I think I read these. Yeah, I read this.
Okay.
I have a motion on them.
Yep.
You guys can read them, it's fine.
No,
I'm reading.
we're good.
Okay.
I'll second it.
Any discussion?
So yes,
Okay, all in
Andy,
favor?
so,
Aye.
Opposed?
to answer your question, yes, we carried over what was left on the diesel and what was
Okay.
left on salt.
Yeah,
So we wrote that out so we can just send them that as a credit.
yeah, okay.
And, we just got the salt bill, which is $5,000,
This one you want-
so
this is the one you
that's
want me to
pretty
sign?
much gonna use half
Take
of it.
most
This
of
one you
it.
want me to sign?
Yes, please. And Danny's not here and Ed's not here yet, so
I need it. I need it.
they're right here. I threw them out there.
I don't mean I see it. I'm blind, but I can't see it.
Would you like me to keep going until somebody else shows up?
So far. Guess so.
Okay. So, the garage loan, which they gave me some numbers on, it's gonna be roughly $130,000 a year,
For how many years?
per year.
For how many?
That's 20 years, and I can get them to do us a quote on 25 years, which will knock it down a little bit. We haven't done anything yet, but so my thing is, are we gonna go with a construction loan, which is like a line of credit? So if we're asking for 1.5 and this only comes in at 1 million,
Yeah,
we're not using it all?
yeah,
Or do we go with a regular loan, which is a lower interest rate? But-
what's the difference in the interest rate?
So a 20-year, 5.92 on, a regular one. And the other one is 6.35. So it's almost 0.40.
Half. 843.
Lori's not on here because she's only part-time. Is that what, for the insurance?
Oh, yeah. So, it's nothing you have to decide now. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, like, we're kind of putting it out there, like, do we go with a construction loan or what they call a line of credit loan? Because we can get, if we don't use it all, then at the end of the term, when that garage is built, they just do a loan on what was
Flat,
spent.
what was spent?
That construction loan, we start paying right off, or do we just pay on what we
No,
use?
you only pay the interest
Till when?
on what
Till it
you
closes.
use.
Till it
Yeah.
closes.
Until
Okay.
it closes and then you move on. So if we've got if we say we got, or you put $40,000-$50,000 on the new garage this year, we can use that as the interest thing. And you don't pay anything but interest until the loan closes, and then, so we won't be paying any payments till next year. It's nothing we have to put in the budget this year. But it's just or do you guys want me to ask around to other banks and see what kind of interest rates anybody else has? I mean, we've always gone with Community National, but, I can ask around. I don't know if there'll be any difference, but.
Yeah. There's not a lot.
So,
People's,
Okay, so,
which one's the community, the one right across from McDonald's there?
Yeah. It's the one that that's the one we use now.
Yeah,
I think what I'm thinking here, a loan versus gray, right? We used to, like, when we did the gravel pit, that was
No, that was through the bond bank.
the bond bank. Now, is
Yeah.
that something we wanna do, or we don't even wanna go there?
We had talked about that, which you can do, but you have to start things a year ahead of time, and you have to have a, outside audit, and all of that stuff. Which at the time that we started doing this garage 4 years ago,
Yeah.
the interest rate was no different between Community National and this, but things have changed now, so there could be a big difference in all of that now. I don't really know. But at the time we started, there wasn't. So, I mean, you don't have to decide on anything now, we can just kind of roll with it. You know what I mean? I just know we gotta get something started. But we can wait.
Here, Angel. I don't know if that's spam mail or.
Well,
And you're on.
okay,
You
that
call
stuff I
her.
just go on.
Yeah, well, that's what I was wondering, but I weren't sure.
It's 10 after. You were like, Ed's not here, Danny's not here, so Emily's the one on, so we can back up.
Hey, whatever, I don't care.
Okay.
Give me
Play
in.
your clock. You
Give me
keep
in here,
setting
give me
that ahead every
both
week.
my stuff. I'm only here for questions on the building because,
There it is. I don't know how many people actually looked at them plans yet. or-
because by, the thing was about doing a continuous drain might be simpler and easier across the front of the doors. And, because of the pitch that the mechanical engineer wants from the front of the plow back to the drain, and it makes a 4-inch drop. I think it was 4-inch, if I remember right. 4-inch drop from the door, that 6-8 feet, whatever you're going to the drain. It's going to be that 4-inch drop, and then you're going to go back up the hill, up the slope to the front of the truck. And when we talked about it the first time, there was a 4-inch drop between the trucks, the 4-inch drop from the doors, and then the long slope. So we turned the drains to put them under the trucks,
Right.
so there was almost no slope to the floor.
Right.
The slopes were going to be very minimal. And if we turn that drain, and even whether it's continuous or individual, it's not going to change a whole lot. You're still going to have that 4-inch drop from the door to the drain, then going back up. So, because that pitch is all determined from the front of the plow to the drain. Has nothing to do with from the door to the drain. Has nothing to do with from side to side. It's because
So you're saying even by turn them, it's changed the forest to a slope.
No.
floor's gonna have slope no matter what you do.
Slope, no matter, it's gonna slope no matter what. We were gonna have to do it this way, and I would just, if it pitches this way and this way, we won't end up with that.
If you
We
do
kept
a,
discussing about the plows, when they're working on their trucks, if they go under it with a creeper,
Right.
then they're gonna have those freaking grates in the bottom, then their creepers ain't gonna be able to go through.
okay,
We never
but
thought of that.
you got a mechanic bay
Got a mechanic
with no
bay.
drain.
Yeah.
You have realistically, if the truck's parked there and the guy's going to go under it, grease it, check his brake cans, check the universal joint, going to reach under there, check whatever. He's going to be on a creeper. He's not going to do a lot of mechanic work on individual bays, is he? He's more than likely you've got your mechanic bay, your tools are going to be down there.
They're not supposed to do any maintenance anywhere except in the maintenance.
Well, the maintenance bay is for
Well,
oil changes,
and
this
grease,
and that.
all that.
Okay, but-
That's what I saw.
What are they going to be doing under the truck? Is anybody going to be doing under the truck other than throwing chains on, which are not going to be under the center of the truck? What are they going to be doing under the truck on a creeper in the middle of the truck
Well, I mean, it's,
in the individual bays?
Anything that had to absolutely be done that way could be done in a maintenance bay.
well, then you're always swapping, let's say putting
You're
chains
not
on.
doing it every day.
Yeah, but
Well,
Yeah, putting chains on, you're not gonna be underneath the center.
No,
no.
you were right there, but, I mean, you were worried about the plow hitting, I mean, 4 inches, that plow is not gonna drag anywhere coming
Okay,
close to
if
that.
your plow comes up 4 to 6 inches off that the cutting edge on that far side doesn't come up that high.
It comes
but
down
when
off
you-
the ground.
But when you pitch down, the front tires are gonna hit that grate. The tires are at 4 inches, not the plow at 4 inches. That,
Yeah, I know,
It's gonna be
I know what
close.
you're talking about, but,
It's
I
gonna
mean,
be-
we go over worse than that with a plow and it never hits.
okay, I mean, but, so now we gotta have Ann redo the drawings again, and the engineer
Which
redo the
way do you
drawings again.
think's best?
It doesn't matter to me. It's just the fact that I'm here advising you guys again.
Yeah.
We're
Oh,
changing the plans again to go, cause it was all, everybody didn't like the drop in the floor and they didn't like the pitch in the floors and everything else. So we put the drains under the truck, it was all good. And very minimal pitch, you got, everything's.
Well, you still got the same pitches.
No,
No, you don't, cause we're going.
Well, you do. You have the same 1 inch pitch, but you have it in a lot less distance. So in the elevation of your pitch, it's very minimal. It's only a couple inches
Versus.
or less. It's,
Yeah, but
I'd
But
have
you're
to.
pitching it from the front of the building. I see what he's saying.
Yeah, now,
You pitch it from. You pitch. Okay, let's do it this way. You're pitching that floor from that end of the table to that end of the table 1 inch per foot.
1 inch per foot.
Yeah, 1 inch per foot.
So you
To get
pitch
the
that.
water to go.
Okay, so you pitch, or it's a 1/4 inch per foot. But
Quarter
anyways,
inch.
you pitch that, okay?
Yeah.
This way. Now you take that whole thing and turn it this way, and you pitch it from there to here. What's the difference?
Well, that way's,
A lot less.
So what he's saying, so, cause you gotta go, we gotta go,
Your
we're
base are
going
16 foot.
44 feet and a 1/4 inch per foot back. So then that 1/4 inch from the door, the last 8 feet has gotta pitch the
well, you
same
only,
distance.
no, that only has to pitch.
No, it has to pitch this.
It has
it
to
has
pitch.
to go wherever that drain is from there to here.
So,
Okay, well,
so
like,
the drain's now this level
Yeah.
from the front back.
So if
4
if
inches.
you're
4
from the
inches.
front of your plow to the drain, if it's a 4 inch drop or an 8 inch drop or whatever the number he's requiring for the slope to get the water to run to it.
For your second
So if
pitch,
say
So your
if it's
second
4
pitch is
inches,
gonna have to drop that 4 inches in a short distance.
your 4 inches is only your 6-8 feet. So it's like
Okay,
boom.
Yeah, I
Yeah, we
understand
don't
that.
want that.
But they, now
Right.
like,
I
okay,
don't
I
know.
do
4
understand
inches.
that now. Yeah.
So it's gonna be like driving over a curb, driving
Yeah,
down
you're
into
not
it,
gonna
and then
want
driving
that.
back up.
You don't
It's-
want that.
That's
I don't
maybe
think it's-
that's why nobody's got drains in their shops.
It's the problem. The problem is the distance from the end of the plow to the drain. It's not from the door to the drain. It's from the front of the truck. From the front of the plow or 4 feet, whatever he's determining from there back to the drain to get the slope to have the water run. That's the problem with just turning the drain. You can't just turn the drain. And if you put the drain under the drive shaft of the truck, even if you're greasing the U-joint on the truck, you can still reach it without putting the creeper in the drain. But,
When you go from one side of the truck to the other,
well, yes,
you're
but
going-
that's the point. You gotta come out, go back around and come back. But that's where you're technically, officially, you're supposed to be in the maintenance bay.
yeah,
Where you're-
you know that ain't.
Which that end of the building is
That's
supposed
good.
to be where your grease guns are. That's supposed to be where your tools are. That's supposed to be where all your maintenance.
Oh, yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna argue, it's,
I'm just,
we feel that it would be better that way, you know, all the way across.
and
but-
whether it's continuous drain or a sectional drain, the only thing you're saving is the little peak between the trucks, but you still got the same boom coming in the door.
Yeah, but you got a good pitch going between the trucks.
It's the same pitch, it's the same distance from center of bay to the
So
truck.
they moved it instead of a 4 inch drop and you come and they spread it. They put it in the center of the shop.
It's the same.
So it's it only drops down 2 inches instead of 4.
Yeah,
Montgomery don't have drains? Or they do
Nobody
not?
has drains.
Now, see, you take, like Franklin, we talked to them. the
Does
other day.
Franklin got drains?
No, but they, from the front of their bay to the door is 4 inches.
Yeah, they
Yeah, they
pitched the
have
whole
a-
thing out.
They got a whole, yeah, but that's like a lot of your residential buildings now, all your residential garages and stuff. You do a 2-inch pitch from a car garage to the door. Everything you see, everything pitches to the door. So any water or anything that's in there, any fluids
Goes out the door.
goes out the door. And like you said, their garage is pitched to the door. Well, that's why your water puddles up at the door when it's 20 below. And you go over and you kick the door as you go hit the button. So the door don't stick and freeze and whatever.
Oh, believe me, they still do.
So it's a,
Well, they stick. Oh yeah, I mean,
it's
So
the
my
commercial
garage-
side of it, that's what he recommends is to do it the 4-inch.
you have to
Right.
have. He has and I gotta look at the plans again,
Yeah.
but he has a set pitch, and the pitch is based on from the front of the plow, just ahead of the front of the plow, to the drain. So if you go side to side with the drains under the truck, your distance is smaller width-wise than it is lengthwise, so your pitch is less noticed. It's a shorter. It's the same pitch, but you're not going the same distance. You're going
Still the
half the
quarter
distance.
inch per foot, but you put the drains close.
If it's only a 2-inch if it's a 2-inch pitch from the back of the garage to the front of the garage, it's 2 inches the whole way. The whole
Yeah, well,
overall-
at
the
50
whole pitch is 2
At,
inches.
at 54
I mean, it's-
feet, you would have a pitch of,
Barely.
well, a quarter inch a foot, so you'd be 10 inches, roughly. You'd have a pretty good pitch to the door.
That's what Montgomery's got?
I have no
That's
idea.
what I'm assuming everybody has. I've
If
never
they have a
seen,
pitch to the door.
I've never seen pool and water in any of these shops.
But they don't have any drains.
Montgomery has no drain. I have
The
not
only
been in
shop
any
with
other-
drains is up to Mark's shop has drains at both doors.
Yeah, but
And
Mark's
his are
is
right
not a-
on the edge.
Mark's is probably.
His
nothing.
are right at the end. So if we put the drains right at the door, then you wouldn't have to worry about it.
Yeah.
The only difference would be is you would come in level to the drain, then you would drive up
Uphill.
the pitch. The slab would be pitched accordingly
So
up.
yeah, by putting by
that
putting
sounds
the
like
drain
that's-
right under the truck, you're making this go.
I think
By
that's
putting
the
it there.
smartest.
How much room do you have behind the back, from the back of the truck to the door?
We figured right now at 4 feet.
4 feet.
Because if you do that, then they got to figure out how to heat that side of the slab. So you're better off just moving your drain
Right to the door.
right, just like Safe
Within
Here
a foot-
shop.
Within a foot of the door.
Within a
Yeah,
foot of
just
the
like
door.
Safe Here shop. Then it ends all this other
Well,
problem.
you'd have to go probably a little more than that.
To put
maybe
it-
a
I
couple.
can't. I didn't look today. I was up there in the shop today. But that's why you guys
But
are
he
putting
does-
it in. That's
those
why you're
He,
getting
he
that.
did it what he wanted.
But
Not
those grates
what
are
is
not
like
gonna
cold.
be, it's
Yeah.
not like you're gonna be walking on one and falling through, right? They're gonna be
No.
small little holes.
Your
No,
building, you've
Well, you've seen them.
That sounds the smartest to me.
the town's building's gonna have codes they have to follow, and Brian, the mechanical engineer, Brian, he's gonna have to say, okay, we have to have this much distance to get the radiant in there and the structural,
Yeah.
the rebar and all the other stuff, reinforcing, whatever, that he has to do for his structural part. He's gonna determine the minimum that you can put that drain from the door.
Yeah, that's.
So let's ask them the minimum, because right now,
To me, I.
because the
think
more
we
we keep going about it, I haven't been in any shop with a drain, so
So,
I'm willing to go with the drain. But if
not sure we need them.
but,
nobody else has them other than Mark St. Pierre,
no, but
uh,
how is it supposed to freeze?
the
What
door-
what are we trying to freeze?
What,
Where the
hap-
I'm
doors
trying
are
to
freezing
freeze. The
down.
doors
What-
freezes
And where
down.
the doors are gonna freeze down.
what happens is
But with
when you get
radiant
the-
heat, you don't even have the water going to the door, do you?
well, you have the 8-inch concrete wall, and then your first radiant pipe is within, say, 6 inches from the wall. Okay, So you do have that cold slab going over the wall, because your slab is always poured on top of the wall. So that cold slab goes over the top of the wall, and it does get cold compared to the rest of the floor, okay? From the cold from outside. If it's 20 below zero, the wind's blowing and it's freaking shitty, yes, you might get that door to stick a little bit. I don't know. I mean, I'm not gonna say you're never gonna have a problem with it, because you probably will have nights that you're getting a snowstorm and it's 25 below zero, and the snow, it's not so much the snow, it's the blowing snow and the wind and the storms. That's when that door is gonna freeze from the cold. And then when these guys go to open the door, they gotta be prepared, because if they hit the switch and the door comes up and that rubber stays down, well, now you got a problem.
Or they gotta be like we are.
You go over and kick
farms,
the door.
Kick the doors, kick them all
sure they're
first, and then you do it.
Yeah.
We make sure they're
I mean,
free
that's
flow.
the thing. If you know it's going to be that cold and there's a possibility, then when you open the door,
Except
you
you,
pay
me,
attention.
we didn't deal with water.
No, everything was always under control.
It was shit.
Well, I mean, I can tell you that Montgomery's garage doors have froze down,
Yeah,
and Franklin's doors have froze down.
I've heard from
But
a
that's
couple of the
because
other
of the water
garages,
running out
that-
down to it, right?
Yeah, running from,
Okay.
more or
So,
less. Yeah,
have you guys ever had any problem over here?
no, because most of
'Cause
the time
the-
the door don't even touch the ground.
Right, or I mean,
the drains.
you
that
don't
go in the
have
building.
water that comes up to the door.
They're
out here,
drains
so-
in right in the middle of the building.
Yeah.
So with that being
Leave the
said,
doors up this far from the floor and put a board.
if you
in
got
the
that,
wintertime when it's
whatever, I mean, I understand the
Right,
radiant,
yeah,
but
sitting on the farm,
Right?
does it have to go
green bag.
right to the door? I mean, can it that just be a cold spot? If you have that, if the garage door comes down here and your drain is, I mean, it's a gutter trough pretty much is
That's all
what
it
it
is.
is.
It's a gutter.
So if you brought the radiant up to the edge,
You still got to have the radiant over on this
So
side.
radiant
To the-
has to
to
go
the
on the other side.
Yeah.
It's gotta, in order not to crack your cement, because you got hot here and cold here, you gotta be careful, because then you start cracking your cement.
Your
Weird
first
shit happens to your cement.
if the problem is you get cold transfer through concrete, it's like steel. It's like one step away from being steel. You got cold transfer. So typically the first two loops of radiant are twice as close on the outside edges, and then after that loop they expand it to
however,
whatever, 16 inches or 12 inches, whatever they decide, and it's all determined on thickness of slab and size of piping and your square foot of that you're heating, and there's a lot of variables there that tells you, okay, the first two pipes might be 6 inches apart, the next two pipes might be, it's a loop out and loop back, and it's a hot, cold, hot, cold, hot, cold, and then all of a sudden they start spacing them out, and you'll have a hot, cold, but they'll be, the first two might be 6, and then the next two might be 6, and the next two might be 8, and then after that it might be a foot. It's whatever the heating engineer designs to get the BTUs,
I'm
get the
no
everything.
drains at all
Right.
right next to the door.
right.
And you say that they say that they freeze, but freeze how? I mean, how many times a winter do they freeze? They
But
freeze
if the
once or
water
twice a
can't-
winter?
the water
Is
can't
it
get
a
to the
major,
door.
like takes them 5 hours to unthaw them, or is it just you
No, no, it's just a,
you gotta
It
kick them
just
to make
rips the
sure?
rubber off and you gotta
You just gotta
replace
kick
it.
them and make sure that they're not
Yeah.
froze down. So,
It's one of them things where when it's really cold, you pay attention. From the guys in the garages I've talked to, that it's basically when it's really cold, you pay
and there's
attention.
no guarantee with these drains
That it's not
that
gonna
though
freeze.
it's not gonna freeze, because
Yeah.
they're still gonna freeze, because the water's still coming from outside in, from the doors thawing, and it's still gonna be
Well,
water.
you got
I don't think it's,
you got
I
weather.
never,
Yeah,
But for the most part, if the apron is cleaned like it should be, and
yeah.
different things like that. The apron's pitched away from the door, the floor's pitched away from the door. But on the other end of it too is we had the drains near the door, didn't like it, so we put them under the
Oh,
trucks.
we didn't like the idea of the 4 inches
Yeah.
Right,
from here to here, here to here. The creepers, everything was just gonna slide.
right. So
There's
we-
gonna be
we
a
had it
roller
and
coaster.
redo it. We had Brian redo it. Now we're gonna have him go do it back again.
Well, we see,
So
we just brought
so
that
you know,
up.
There's cost to
there's
this.
repercussions in it.
Yeah.
Just you can't you don't
Well, the
just
thing
flip
is
it.
that
You don't just go, okay, here's a new plan. You know, there is a little bit of there's some
See, I was
more to
just,
it
we
than
were
just
just
that.
the
wondering.
more diddling around and changing we do, the more it's gonna cost us before we can start building.
Yeah.
it could. I don't know what they have in there for an allowance for changes, let's call it.
I would think.
You know,
if you
they
had
know
that
there's gonna
one
be a
slope,
couple of adjustments
it'll be
here, and a
less
couple of adjustments
work
there.
for
And
the cement though,
I don't
too.
know if we
Less
do
work.
much.
Cause if they gotta keep.
If we had one slope straight out the door,
It'd be a
this would
lot
be the
easier.
cheapest way to go.
Yeah,
Yeah, and put the drains by the
that's
door.
probably why they
or
do
not have
that.
Yeah.
I can call
Well, I
Brian
mean,
tomorrow.
You know, I was just curious because we were talking about with a few people, and that's
Just-
one of the suggestions. Because everybody that I talk to that works on trucks and this and that,
Said not to put any drains.
they
in the
said
truck.
don't put them in the center of
I
your truck.
wouldn't. There ain't no one.
But if I'm going to lose, I don't like water sloping all the way to the door because one, like I said, the door will freezes down, and I've talked with Montgomery and Franklin, and they both left their first panel right there on the floor.
Check it.
They
And
didn't
then-
kick it. See, they didn't
They got in the truck.
And then
Yeah,
Truck, push the button.
they have to clean their apron, scrape their aprons down because there's 4 inches of ice. As soon as that water gets through
Yeah.
that door, it freezes.
Yeah, I mean, you
Well,
gotta
I
scrape
didn't-
your.
I don't
Just
care
put
what
the
you got, you're gonna have to play.
I
You're
mean,
gonna
Put the drain next to the door,
If
full
you-
length,
And they're still gonna have to kick them.
and you're still gonna have to kick the doors, cause you still might have the
But
doors
just,
stuck
I mean,
in.
they won't be as often probably.
Yeah,
You're still gonna have to scrape your apron and all
I mean,
that stuff.
that
Yeah.
was that
That's
was
just weather.
I was curious about it, so that's why I asked.
that's 3 in the
what we
morning,
wanted.
getting up and hurry to go plow snow and they
Yeah.
hit the button.
yeah.
And
It's just so exciting.
I mean, if
Yeah.
it has to
If
be,
they were farmers, they would have to pay to fix the door themselves, so they would kick the son of a gun.
if it has 2 or 4 times, if it has to be the drain staying in the middle, okay. fine.
Exactly.
You knew in the morning when you
Well,
get up,
I'll
the
call
first
you,
thing I
Brian,
did before I
I'll
cleaned
say,
the
Well,
house
if
up that
it's a
freaking
big
chute to
price
hit every
thing,
paddle with a
if it's
hammer.
overpriced, we'll do that.
I'll talk to Brian.
'Cause it
I'll
was
call
a lot
Brian in the
quicker
morning.
to
I'll
do
be
that
like,
than it
look,
was to
what do we
fix
got?
something you broke.
What do we have for issues of turning the drains back, putting them as close to the door as we could possibly
Just
put?
a straight drain though,
Yeah.
because we don't want these side pitches. One drain,
Yeah,
a gutter,
to
a
the
gutter drain.
to the maintenance bay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
I think it'd be a
Now,
lot.
now the issue you're gonna have now is from the maintenance bay back to the end of that first drain, headed back towards the office. That's gonna have that big slope.
Yeah.
That's gonna have that big slope because you're gonna have that. You're gonna have whatever 6-8 inches of drop from the front of the truck to that drain, and that other slab's gonna be flat. Or you're gonna have the reverse thing where you're gonna keep the doors are all gonna be the same elevation, and now all of a sudden you gotta.
Well,
So that throws a little wrench into that maintenance bay. So we
Now-
might have to do something.
I
But you
wasn't
can
sure
slope.
why they didn't put
You can slope the
a
drain
drain
though, right?
in the maintenance bay.
I don't
Because
think
Because
There's oil.
as
No,
long,
no.
because I don't think you
but
can.
it's going through a trap anyway.
No, that's why we're getting away with it. That's why you got a
Oh, I thought
maintenance
everything
bay.
was still.
Oh, no, that's why you got a maintenance
You got
bay.
your drain. Your drain's going into your trap from your trucks already. I believe.
Yeah.
Because any drain has to
Inside
have
the building.
any
right.
drain
Has to
inside.
go-
If you
Yeah,
drive
I
a
thought
truck in
that's
there
has
and you
to
park
go
it for the
septic
night and the hose blows, that
You gotta have
it
a
ain't
trap.
nothing can go anywhere.
Or
Or
the trap.
freaking.
See, that's what I
Fuel
thought.
leak,
But your
to
maintenance
begin
bay
with.
is not allowed to have a drain in it because you're in there purposely dumping oil.
Yeah.
And you have to have a catch. I don't
Well,
think you're allowed to have
You're
that.
supposed to be catching it, but
Yeah.
No,
well,
I don't think in the maintenance bay.
I think that's why they have maintenance bays.
Your maintenance bay, you're not allowed, I know the maintenance bay, you're not allowed to have a drain in it.
Okay.
Because that was the whole thing of having the 4 drains and then not having it in that 5th bay was because it's a maintenance, it's labeled a maintenance bay.
Well,
Yeah,
I was
everything's going
just,
into the
it was just my
sediment.
In
curious.
your maintenance bay, if we take the drains out, we could probably put a truck lift in the maintenance bay. And we'd have even better luck.
Pretty much
With the
chance
money
of
we
that.
save, put a lift in.
I'd like to see that lift or that dump, I'd like to see that ceiling when you get that dump up here on that lift.
Well, you wouldn't put the dump on it.
No, but you still got the height of the truck getting under it.
But I was just curious, that's what, we talked
No,
about.
if you wanna put it right close to the,
Yeah.
I'll just ask him what the minimum is that we need to get, what is the closest we can bring that drain, and we just slope the whole floor from the door to there. What's it gonna be? Is it a 10-inch slope from front to back? So you end up with a 18-foot ceiling at the door, and you end up with a 17-foot ceiling at the other wall, then what's it gonna be?
No, I was just,
We can run it, all it is a conversation, I can call him up, and we can,
We can, for right now, it's set with the drains between each truck.
as
I
is
mean,
strong.
and if that's the way it's gonna be, it gotta be, that's.
Well, it doesn't have to be, we can take
Well,
the drains
no,
all out and
but
save
I
money.
mean,
Well, you
if
can-
I still like my drains. I still just assume go.
Unofficially, you could take the drains out, put 2x6s inside them drains or 2x10s in there, and roll right over them with a creeper,
Yeah.
and not have the grates.
Well, I was
But
just
for the
thinking-
building to be built and designed, we have to build it and
Yeah.
put the grates in.
Well, that's what I
Whatever you
was
guys
thinking.
want to do after that, it's,
Well, I
Well, I don't
just
think
thought
we
we
need
could
this either.
Yeah, well, that's why we looked away
It's
from
kind
it.
of a, just
Just
right
slope
to the
it one way.
front, put the drains by the doors, go.
one flat slab. I mean, obviously it's easier for everybody all the way around. But again, like I said, when we get over to the maintenance bay, that's gonna affect that slab over there. What's gonna happen over there, and then second,
Well, so it doesn't matter, you can pitch it back, so instead of going 4 feet, we can pitch it, it doesn't have to go back, cause it's gonna slope from the doors back. So one bay's
Well,
gonna be a
if-
little
so here's the
funky.
question.
Well, what now?
Is there a
Does
curb?
this sound stupid?
Is there
If
gonna
we-
be a curb between the regular bays and the maintenance bay?
not as of right now.
Now this
It
might
was in
sound
the slope of the floor.
stupid. What
just
happens if
would
we do the same in the maintenance bay?
Again, you're a
Slope,
maintenance
I
bay
mean-
with a drain.
Oh, slope it to the back and
No
bring
drain.
it.
No drain.
Oh,
Just
no,
slope
it's
You
it
have
to
to
the
put the
stuff with no
same
drain.
plate.
You're gonna have a side slope from the maintenance bay back to the
Let it be
drain.
a side slope.
Huh?
Let it be a side slope.
Oh, cause then it'd be just like having the drain in the bay.
Yeah, but it wouldn't.
You'd
be.
have to, the slab would have to, I don't know. I'll have
No,
to
I
talk
mean,
to
yeah,
Brian.
just see
You're
if
gonna
that
have,
would work.
if you have a continuous bay, slope on the maintenance bay, and then it's gonna either be a little higher or something, or
Is
there's
there a
gonna be a little
slope?
funky something in the slab.
There
there,
was, we're gonna snow wall now.
Or we'd have to put. a
We were
curb in
worried
the
about
I mean, just,
sprinklers for the
You know,
wall.
does that make sense? Or
Either that or
Maintenance
have-
bay is
But
just,
it
Maybe they
doesn't
could
have
get
to-
away with a
it
curb
doesn't
in there
require
between the two bays.
no, well,
a
according-
firewall or
Kinda
whatever.
that, but-
as of right now, when maybe the fire marshal looks at it, who knows?
But the,
According to everybody, we're good. We're under so many square foot.
this firewall, yes.
Yeah.
But there is two, what they call draft breaks in the attic that have to be built by the contractor. There's two walls in the,
Oh, fire
in
wall,
the
it's like rabbits.
attic area with automatic closing doors and all this stuff. So that if something happens over in this
It don't get it.
It
third,
doesn't spread.
that can't spread to the next third without,
Yeah, so that's,
they call it a draft block.
so fire gets into the ceiling, it's not gonna take out the whole structure, just
It's a
burn
block.
through the roof
Hopefully,
instead of.
just
It's,
right,
it's,
yeah.
but all it is it's a plywood wall, so it's not like it's
Probably gives you what,
it's
half
not
an
like
hour
it's a
rating?
2-hour firewall.
Oh no, they're banking on us getting there quick enough to get it out.
Kind of like the sand shed.
Yeah.
Of course, it
Well,
wouldn't have
that
mattered on the
was-
sand shed if you had the grader in there.
If the grader hadn't been there, would sand shed still be there?
Yep.
Well, so now we're gonna park it in the
But the
garage,
grader's,
so
but the
you
grader's
know,
going
what
in the
hell?
new garage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe we better leave it in the shed
Oh,
across the
grader
driveway.
looked pretty good right where it was sitting to me the other day.
Till you get a bill on it.
Or you go to start it,
Computers are sitting out there
Or-
with salt. and
or you
cheese.
wash
No,
it.
it was in this other thing pulled in the other
Yeah,
day.
it was.
Oh, we're always
And
using
last year they
Get it
wanted to
put
go
away.
with it, they had to plug it in.
Huh?
You don't even use it till it's warm.
Yeah,
Shut it off.
across from the garage.
Yeah.
Where you usually drive it in. park
You
it.
realize
They
how
had-
much we spent
yeah,
on
yeah.
grading this year already?
So not to be,
It
the
worked all
witchy woman
weekend
that I
last
am,
weekend.
but we got a lot to go over tonight,
Okay,
guys, and
so-
we're bullshitting.
I'll talk to Brian
Talk
about
to
putting a
Brian.
continuous drain.
And then, and if it's too big a deal, I say we get rid of the drains altogether, but we'll entertain,
Well,
If
we
we
know
have
it ain't
another
that big of a
meeting
deal
next
if we
week, we
stay
can
back to
figure
the
that out.
original in the middle.
yeah.
Like I said, we put it in the middle to minimize the amount of pitch on the floor. So by putting it at the door, you're gonna have that long pitch. So you're gonna have a big difference in ceiling height from the door to the other end. There'll be, I'll bet you close to a foot.
Oh, that's hard to believe.
You add it up. It's
A quarter inch for
If you
every
just go
foot.
the slope from the front to the back, maybe it doesn't have to be pushed so much. If your drains are right in the door.
Still quarter inch
still
to
it's
a foot.
quarter inch to the foot if that's
Okay.
if that's the rule he's using. I'm not.
Okay.
I think that's what it was, but
Let's go
again,
with
like I
that.
said, I gotta look at the prints.
Like I say, if it worst comes to worst, I mean, we'll put them where
Where they're drawn.
they're drawn.
I'll talk to Brian and see I'll report next week. We'll go from there.
Yeah, no, we got a meeting next Monday, yeah,
Yeah, we got a meeting every Monday until we get the budget
until you
done.
get your,
She has that all done with us.
hey, you should be able to get it done tonight, right?
His kid over here had it all done.
10% raise for all the employees.
His kid will have it all done by the end of next week.
Thank
you, Ed.
You're
Thanks,
welcome.
Ed. Come
And,
again.
you sure that there wasn't like a fight up there or something? He's gonna.
I'm right-handed,
Oh.
I really could've.
He's
Oh,
gonna-
I heard you hurt
He's
your arm.
got
He's
a black eye.
Yeah, I'm thinking the same thing, Todd.
It happened in the woods.
Yeah, it's what happened in the
He
woods.
did his the day
Happens in the
before.
woods, stays in the woods.
Actually, that was probably
Maybe.
maybe.
That building's 54.
Okay, so it's Danny's turn. You got anything?
Not really. I mean, everybody's seen we've gone around town, graded all the roads up that we needed to. So they're fairly smooth. Don't ask me what it's
Smooth all
going to
your
look
time
like
off.
Thursday morning, but
Smooth all your time off.
And he's gonna order
Yeah.
the culvert for the reservoir road, so that's
Yeah.
about $30,000 we gotta pay for before we get our money back, but
Yeah.
that's all good.
I just want to say, when I call them up to get the price again, do I just order it because we're going to need it? I mean, it ain't
no,
too bad
you have
because,
to order it,
yeah,
yeah.
I mean, we're
Cause
going
this
to,
grant has to be done by September on this
yeah,
one.
we get our money back on it anyway, but.
Yeah, no, we'll pay for it.
And then there's several other culverts. The culvert inventory or budget's gonna have to be high this year. Or should be.
Why?
So I got a lot of 30 inches and 24 inches.
I'm only asking because I gave you a budget of da-da-da-da, and I said, use it, so what did you use it for if we need 30 inches?
Well, I also needed 15-inch culverts and 18-inch culverts. And I think I did get one 30-incher.
So how many do you need?
Can I just make a comment for a second?
Yeah, you're on camera, but go ahead.
Danny, can you go around some of these driveways like you do on a blacktop and just put a little slope on some of these driveways after lifting these freaking dirt roads? Oh my God! I probably got just
Wow.
on the Nation Road. I got 6 of them that my plow don't hit no more because you lift and you lift, and then when I go in with my plow, you go backed into Tony and Andrea's today because I had to turn around. I pulled up there and went to back in. My freaking plow hit the road before I was backed in the driveway. And I know some of it's because it's froze right now and all that stuff. I get it. But I know some of them have been you've lifted some here and there, and
We hadn't done too much this year, but, I mean, some of that's up to the driveway owners.
right, well, like, Addison's, I noticed today when I scraped it, of course, I know you put some stuff in there because it was
Yeah.
potholy and whatnot, but it was like freaking plows going like this, and I was like, what the hell? When I backed up, I could see the ridge of the edge of the road, and I looked at it, and obviously it's gravel stuff you put in to try to get rid of potholes.
Yeah, I mean.
But I know, I've got a few of them, Guards is pretty bad, she's got a pretty good little hoop right there by her mailbox, and,
Lucia.
Well, like around the mailboxes, a lot of that's the mailman, cause you know, you're always using the same trail,
yeah, I know.
the track, so
Yeah,
it settles, especially this weather.
but some of them, if you look in the mailbox is way down here too,
Yeah, well,
cause it,
I think, don't you?
20 years, you know,
Really not iron.
you got a
Really
6-inch lift in 20
Well,
years.
it is.
It's
Well,
not a big
we
deal,
know
but I'm
all
just
this
asking, there's a
right
few,
ways back in on that driveway
if you
ways.
pay attention,
Huh?
when you're grading, you'll see
Right.
it. I know you'll see them.
yeah, I mean,
And there is a couple here and there, Lucia's, I know you guys dumped a little bit over the bank there for him. His frickin' drops down in there in
Yeah,
such a
well, I
way.
didn't-
Hot tub, you don't have to worry about it.
to make that
Fix 'em
driveway
in the
right, it'd
spring.
take about 6 tandem loads to get that driveway right.
Oh, I know, he'd be all the way back to his house.
Yeah, it would be. I was, I mean, I think you'll see come spring when everything,
Jim Alexander's another one, that lifted that corner. just
A lot.
Trying to get the water so it doesn't puddle up in front of his place. That,
So,
there's a hole in there,
I
and
don't
when
know
I
how
go
many
back the other
thirty,
way,
we have a
my
ten
ass end
thousand
slides
dollar
right towards the
budget, so
mailbox,
we'll have to figure
almost
out.
every time.
I would do it
How
just-
many
Yeah.
inches,
Halo
which we can
would
do
be
that
it.
at budgeting time, so I'm
Yeah.
not worried
And
about
I
it
know,
anyway.
I know it
Yeah.
is some of it.
Yeah, cause the culvert next to my house is
On
from the
blacktop,
P.E.G.
when you do a blacktop
is a 80
raise,
footer.
yeah,
you guys go around the
Yeah, it's
house,
a 24 foot.
we'll,
you
They
fill in.
did some work twice,
we
he'll
only
bring
use
it up
6
later.
inches.
Wow, you
The
fill-
next
you
house
still
with
fill
Tim
in by the
Berkshire,
driveway.
the next
Yeah.
house
Here,
after
here.
mine headed
Yeah.
towards the
If
school.
there's a few of them,
I think you'll
Abutments
see
pulled
come
away,
summertime.
it's
when
pulled the
frost
culvert,
leaves the
they
ground.
stuck a culvert in there, spray
You'll see
foam
a
and
lot
stuff to
better.
get it to make it
If it
through the
is
winter.
still bad,
You gotta
well,
pull that out,
we
the
try to-
culvert's
If you
gone,
could.
shot.
yeah,
if you could sneak out
So
one or two
24,
here and
it's
there,
gonna go to
Yeah.
30.
I know that.
Instead of $50 for
We
a
can
foot,
always-
on my end,
$44 a foot, it's 70
then again, you get down
something
across
dollars
from
a foot
Glen
to go to
Amber's,
30 inch.
it's the other way.
But that's
Oh,
where
yeah.
you can use your
All right,
back
see
road
ya.
grants and stuff for.
Yeah, so you have to look.
See you later.
That's
That's not a bad
straight on.
Yeah, but you can use it for your structural grants and stuff too.
Okay.
Yes. I'm just saying, like, if it's,
what were we talking?
you said
We're
30-inch
culverts.
culverts.
I just brought them up to speed with why you're talking. We got culverts that's going. Then we got the culvert in Center Hill, which is we're
That's a
gonna
big one.
we gotta get
That's
that
gonna
ready.
be-
One of these days we're
That's-
gonna have to do that without.
So
the
I've
grant.
already said more than, you know, I mean, we have $27,000 that are sitting in a highway aid reserve that we've had for like 3 to 4 years. We haven't used on anything, and it's for highway stuff.
So we
it's been
could use
sitting
that
there.
to buy the culverts, or is that
Yep.
You
so we
use
can
it
get
for
our
whatever
culvert
you want.
inventory
It's been
up?
sitting there for
Yeah.
years. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
we might as well
27.
use it.
I don't even know, it's in here somewhere, but whatever. Yeah, no,
Or
we
should we
have,
save it for an emergency when one of these go out?
that's what we have always been using, but is the Center Hill considered an emergency?
Well, one of these days it's
Well.
gonna be.
Oh, so wait, if
Well,
he just cut it because you know what happens when it's an emergency.
do it.
You
Do it
just
anyway.
do it.
Yeah.
Just say it. Do you know
I
what I'm
mean, maybe
saying?
we want it to be an emergency.
If you do it under a grant, you gotta go through a whole different
Yeah.
thing, so. Alright,
Well, I was just saying that I wanted to figure it up today, but I didn't.
what's that?
The culvert deal, but
No, go ahead,
Well, so
'cause
get an idea.
we're still in the budgeting phase.
We're still in the budget
Yeah.
phase. We got 2
Well, I
phase,
know.
we need to know 4 weeks.
So we
but I
kinda
just
need
wanted to know if I call him up tomorrow.
Oh, no, you gotta order that one, that
Yeah,
one's,
that one's
that
good.
one you gotta do.
And then the other
We
ones
have
will
to do
just
that, so, yeah.
okay.
Cause you know that you're gonna do that one for sure, Center Hill next year, and you're definitely gonna be doing the one next to my house, or G.
Oh,
We're-
that one's, yeah.
That one we're gonna see how this goes. I don't know. We had a culvert down by Tony's, it used to be the old permanent White House.
Yeah, he just told us about
Yeah, I
that.
just filled
Yeah,
it.
we
Oh.
just shoved the culvert right down its throat.
And spray foamed it.
Yeah, but when was the last time we got a structural grant? It's been a few
Yeah,
years,
it's
we
been
might
quite-
be up for one, to
So-
do that next year, we can put in for one.
Yep, let's put in for one.
Cause that's a deep dig, it's 80 foot.
Yeah,
It's
80
more-
feet of culvert. It's,
That's state too, right?
Right,
No,
because
Yeah,
it's
so
all.
one of these.
Well,
that
Where's
one
that going?
is,
Where's that going?
So just for
You know
Tim's, so you know the ditches he's got in his lawn? There's a culvert, it's the
And it
only
goes
cement embankment on the
over
whole
into
road.
Andy's.
yeah.
It's in his lawn right there. I don't even know why they put it there.
I don't know.
None of the others have it all the way up the whole road. Must have been the
Sure,
state
sure
built
they do.
I
that
can look
road. or-
into it, see
There-
when we
there's a
last got
couple,
one,
I got
because
two
we
of them.
maybe do.
You got two cement things?
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Okay.
Okay, that's fine,
yeah, I don't know, they run the culvert.
But that's gonna be an expensive culvert to fix.
well, that's what I said, we can get a grant,
And then
or,
should hire
Just,
somebody to do it.
maybe
along
50
with
feet
us.
from Ivor's driveway over to mine, there's one there.
There's one there.
And,
straight
and then where
across.
my driveway is, there's one probably
With a
50
cement
feet.
embankment on it?
Yeah,
Oh, so
there's those two.
maybe they
for
did them
sure.
all.
Maybe, see, they're all down on the lower, the upper side. That's the only one you can see is on,
On Fuse here, C-Mo's.
the rest of them
Yeah.
are all around.
Yeah,
So I wonder if all that were
By
falling
David's,
apart.
is that one cement?
Where?
By David's house?
I know,
No, I
maybe
think that one's
no.
steel. The one that, well,
Yeah, well,
the driveway that washed
below
out.
or whatever, wherever that goes.
I think that one's steel.
Yeah, maybe that is steel.
I don't, but that's an original one. All them down through there are all original. Whenever that road was built, them were all put in. We never touched them
they
since.
built that one, I was a little
Boy, I
kid.
hate to touch them now.
Well, that one.
My long break comes from crossing the blacktop, we're all dead.
I can't
Put the
remember.
culvert
we
in.
were still
Well,
going
that's
to
right where it
school and-
starts too, right? That's where, right below
I mean,
David's.
the
is
one,
where
the one you're talking
do.
about goes across the blacktop?
Oh, yeah.
They all do.
After
They
we got
all do.
blacktop?
Everyone goes
Yeah,
across.
After we got it blacktopped?
Well,
Not
2
from
years
there.
ago.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it's
Still.
right there below
It'll
David's.
be 10 more before we get there, so if he fixes it, that pothole's gonna be there for 8.
8 more. We did this 2 years ago. We're just gonna get on the 10-year program. If we're gonna keep up.
I hate digging up new blacktop.
okay,
Good.
Anything else?
alright,
No? Good.
Hey, maybe they're Band-Aid. They got some spray foam. Big gap filler.
Alright, what
It
else
should
you
be
got
good.
there? That stuff you spray in and expand.
Get a kid go on
What else
down,
you got?
the-
a lot.
crawl
Let's
down
go.
through there and fill them holes.
Tell him shut up, let's go. Next.
Okay, so we have $132,000 left in ARPA funds, and we have to obligate them by March 31st.
100 and how much?
30.
132,000,
So
and
we got-
you guys had decided you were gonna use them for paving. You need to obligate them for paving, and somebody has to get me a contract with Pike before March 31st.
Oh, we got time. We got time.
Just saying, that's 2
Tough
months to
fight.
go, so you
Yeah.
get.
Well,
So
he's
the
way
next
off.
thing is figure out where we're doing it, because you gotta have a contract that says what you're doing.
So you get a con,
Because we can't use the ARPA for the garage, right?
No, well, you can,
But we don't.
build it their way, go ahead.
Okay. Well, this is Blacktop's way to go.
That's what you guys had
No.
decided before, but we're
Right,
running out of
perfect.
time to use this money, and
Okay.
it has to be obligated.
Okay. It's obligated.
Yeah. Like,
so I mean, if you want, they want a contract from Pike, saying so, there's no, saying I want Whitcomb to do it, or, you know, if I wanted Whitcomb to do it.
You
or-
can
Oh,
get it from
anybody,
whoever you
whoever,
want.
whoever you wanna get it
I
from.
need a contract that says we're using this money here, and this is the person that's doing it, and I need it before March 31st.
Okay, well, get hold of Joe.
So where are we blacktopping, is what I'm asking.
oh, we've got,
That you're gonna use that amount of money, is all
Either
I'm saying.
that way
I don't
or
wanna be like, okay,
down
here and
there
here,
or-
because I
So
don't
we
wanna
got-
be
so we
putting
got a
out
lot
two
of these
different
side
projects.
roads.
Yeah.
It's
We
a
got
lot
like-
of
we
paperwork.
got the
to
Doe
do
Road, the
that.
North Road up near Bill's is starting to break up.
There's no hard time figuring out where it can go.
Yeah.
I know, but I'm just saying, like,
We
I
gotta
want
know.
you to take the 132,000 and put it on one project.
Okay.
Don't say we're doing the
no.
North Road and then we're doing some of the King Road
Oh.
with this money. Do you know what I'm
So
saying?
100,000, it's not even a mile, so it doesn't,
I know, but I'm saying if you're going up
So
to the
you just
North
pick
Road,
one.
you're not gonna use that.
No, but the Doe Road's a
Doe
mile.
Road, the
Or-
Doe Road's gonna use up 100,000
The
plus.
door will use up
Right.
100,000.
But
Okay.
I'm just saying, did you get me?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Make sure whatever project you get the
I
contract
can't
on,
say
it
half
has
of
to
it
be.
here, half
No,
of it there.
cause it makes
That's
a lot
fine.
of paperwork for me.
Yeah, no,
Thank
that's
you.
fine.
So it's just, the Doe Road's getting
$100,000
bad, you can spend 100 there
You
easy
know what I
and
mean? If
still
the
not be
North Road's
on
gonna
that.
be 100 or 200,000, then sure, I can use that and then some of ours and.
'Cause how
then you
long's
can
the
use
North
some of
Road up
ours
to the end
somewhere
of the
else, is
blacktop
all I'm
there?
saying.
Smile.
Mile, so there's 100,000 there. Doesn't matter where we go.
I know, but I gotta have 100 and.
Yeah,
Okay.
You
132.
get it.
132.
Yeah.
So
if you
the
go- if
Doe
you go-
Road's what, 2 miles? Mile and a half?
That's a mile. Is it mile 3/10?
But you can we call it around the corner, call it one deal? Or does it have to be? Like down the Doe
All
Road
I
and
want
up
you
to
to do
Honus's.
is put one project that's over 132,000, that's all I'm
I mean,
asking.
yeah, that's,
Easy, the
One
Doe
road.
Road's
We
the
have
way
to
to
go that
go.
way, we go that way.
yeah, I mean, it's not gonna be hard to burn up $130,000.
I know that, but like I
Well,
said,
that's-
just
if
don't
you're
put
not
it on
sure,
several projects.
have somebody
It'll
look
be
at
on
it
one,
and say,
and I'll do it on
No.
one project.
if it don't fit, the dot don't fit, cause somebody will come and
You
ask
gotta
and tell
pay it
you,
back,
right?
I'm gonna be like,
Yeah.
no, you guys.
So if that don't
screwed
fit,
up.
that don't
Never
fit, we
mind.
just go that way as far as it.
Till you use it, run
I mean,
out
I
until it
can,
runs
I can
out.
tell you if it's gonna fit or not, as long as I get the price.
Yeah,
Okay.
go with that. All right,
She
The
needs
next
that-
thing.
She needs that yesterday.
okay, so the next thing I'm asking for permission to move funds about accounts for reserves, CDs, interest. It's just something you do in the accounting, but I just need authorization from you guys in order to do that.
So you need a yes and a and a and all that.
I do.
Okay, so I need a motion.
I move to move money in accounts to make things happen.
I need
Second,
a second.
I'll second it.
any discussion? All in favor?
So if
Aye.
anybody's watching TV,
Opposed?
I don't
So
know
with
what
that
money's
left,
for.
so the state of Vermont, because of all the flooding, gave all of the towns two highway aid payments that typically would have came through next year, which would have been our January and our June, whatever. Is it April? Yes, the June and the April payment this year because of all the towns that flooded to help them. So we didn't use those funds this year and we're gonna be short on funds next year. So I just want permission to reserve those funds so that we can use them this year. That we typically would have got them because now we're not. I just need a motion.
What are they called?
It's reserve the highway aid for $67,000.
I need a motion to reserve the highway aid for $67,000.
Yeah. I move to reserve the,
Jason beat you, sure.
yeah. Oh, he did it?
Yeah.
All in
Second.
favor?
Aye.
So the next
Aye.
thing
Opposed?
is, so we had the $10,000 in gravel that never got used this year. And I was just thinking that maybe we should reserve that so that we could use that for gravel we may have to buy to put in that garage.
Yeah.
So I just need permission in
We
order
get-
to
we need
reserve that
we need
as
to
well.
reserve that gravel money for.
$10,000.
We never-
$10,000
Yeah,
To
move.
use.
We're just gonna
move
make a
it.
reserve fund for it and
Yeah.
we can use it, okay? And a second.
Second.
All-
I thought you were the first. Who
I
was
don't
that?
know, nobody knows, we're all talking.
Yeah.
Any
Todd does,
discussion? All in
Todd's
favor?
doing the
Aye.
moving.
You want to finish?
I second.
You want to finish?
So
You're doing good. I
ship,
got your lights
the
up.
Ship
You're
and
doing-
Martell case, they've just had a few things that are going on. Lawyer is still saying that we should just monitor only, that's his legal advice. If you
monitor.
guys, I'm just letting you guys know
Yep.
that we're still, if you guys have any changes that we should go back and rethink this, but nope, that's okay then. All right, so the next thing is, now I can get my stuff out.
What?
Yes, my stuff.
You got this,
Tax map contract we do every year, the price did not go up, it's still $1,100. We just need everybody on the select board to sign it after there's an approval. And believe me, I really like my tax map, so.
Okay, I need a motion for Emily to get some more tax mapping done.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Everybody needs to sign, yes,
Move. Everybody needs to sign.
1, 2, 3, 4, huh, that works today.
Vince is in Florida?
No, he was having a procedure. Okay, so the minimum wage has increased to $13.67, and the custodian around here is only getting paid $13.50. So you gotta do something about
Guess we gotta
that.
fire.
Oh, yeah. Let's find one that'll do it for 12.
Yeah.
Do it for 12.
So you gotta raise the custodian pay.
What happened?
Oh, you gotta go over the $13.67, or you'd be in violation, fool.
Yeah, but
Just fire her.
can we,
I think we just fire
I
her.
think we give her her salary.
hey, put
We
her
don't
on
need one.
salary.
We don't need one. The clerk will pick it
Actually, I didn't have to shovel snow this
If
morning
it
because
gets
somebody
dirty
did
enough in here,
that
the
for
clerk will
me.
pick up.
You?
So what are you getting now?
Oh, really?
Yeah. And
If
he
it
did
gets
it.
dirty
No,
enough in
oh,
here, the
no,
clerk will
Jason.
pick it up.
Yeah.
You did it?
I did it 12 days.
Yeah. He
Oh,
plowed it
son of a
twice.
bitch, I'm gonna have to give you my pay. Actually,
If we just,
Yeah. How you want us to raise your
if we just,
On the
if we
drive
just
here,
fire
I'm
the
like,
custodian,
it's late,
the
so I
clerk, when
should
it
be
gets
okay.
dirty enough in here, clean it
They'll
up.
have to, yeah.
Don't worry about it.
The clerk or the assistant, one of them.
Yes! So thank you.
So,
I
so what
appreciate
was the going up to?
It's going up to $13.67. So if you go like $13.75, you're fine.
Jeez!
No, I just told you.
About 68.
How if we
Okay,
just fire her?
$13.68.
We'll just fire her,
Okay.
and you just get the helper to clean up.
Oh, what are you gonna pay? Oh, well, we can.
No, it's just
Oh,
fire
so
her.
wait a minute. Wait
Well,
a minute.
okay.
She can stay an extra hour because you're paying her 17. Think about that. Think about that. She's gonna stay an extra hour, and you're gonna pay her $17 an hour.
Oh, Todd, I
Well,
think you're losing that
make
one.
it-
I move
make
we
it-
raise it
What
to
is it now?
1370. Was it
It's
1375?
$13.50. That's why you just gotta do this
1375.
I'll second it.
Any discussion?
What are we doing?
All in
We
favor?
just gave her 1375.
Okay, whatever.
It happened.
Any opposed? I guess it
Other
passed.
than you, but you.
I guess it passed.
2%, Tom, yeah.
So who made the motion?
I move.
Who's seconding it?
I did.
Okay.
Yeah, they can't wait to get up. Man.
Spend some
Well,
money.
it's gonna cost us more to have Todd's way of doing it. He was trying to save money and it was gonna cost
I
us.
just thought she could do it in one of the hours she was here.
Yeah.
We'd have had another hour.
Oh my lord. Okay, so Vern
What do you want,
from the
Barry?
Franklin
What do you need,
Northeast
Vern?
Supervisory Union,
Yeah.
Mark St. Pierre plans on donating that lot across from Paul Hatch's that's across from the school. You know
Yeah.
where I'm at, where's
Yeah,
Garden
where you
House
had the
was?
garden.
Yeah.
So he wants to donate that to the school for a parking lot. So do you know what happens when you put a parking lot across there?
Across the
People
road.
are
They'll
gonna
be
walk
zipping
across the
road
road.
all right.
Yeah.
They're gonna wanna stop finding
Let's
that
tell-
light.
let's
and
tell-
tra-
I know, this is the problem. Now we have to have a study done because we gotta do something. Because they're now gonna put a parking lot over there and people are gonna be walking across that road
that's
in the
crazy.
dark.
That's dumb.
Think about it, in the dark.
We're gonna
So,
have to put one of
I'm
them
just
lights
saying, do
there
you
when
want
they-
me to
You'll
call
have to have
regional
it-
planning
you'll
and
have to
say, you know what I mean? Cause he
Is it
says,
gonna cost us anything to
I
have
don't
them
know.
look at it?
no,
Can
they're
we
not gonna,
refuse? If we gotta put up lights and crossing flashes, you see
no,
what
you're
they
gonna
do?
have grants for all
Did you
that.
see
They're
all
gonna
the
change
little,
speed limits.
the
They're gonna
speed
put-
limits, you're gonna have flashing signs like they got
Oh, I
to
know.
Enosburg
Oh, I
across
know.
Main
I
Street.
know,
Yeah, but that's what the people want.
yes.
Yeah, well, the people have to maintain it after they give it to us.
So I'm just saying, do I call regional planning and see if they'll do a
I'm
study
sure
just
the
to?
schools sucking there are not gonna
Well, I
take
know.
that, ain't they?
Yes,
The
they
town,
are.
if he offered it to the town, we'd tell him no.
But would
Don't want
the
it.
school have to do all that? No?
Yeah, let the school.
The select board is in charge of the roads.
Okay.
See, we'd tell him no, don't want it. Then do it. We keep it, don't want it.
I mean, I agree that they have to do something
need a
about, they need a
Parking,
parking
yeah,
lot.
yeah.
But you can't
But
cross that
that-
road.
that
That's
is
not a
not-
public road.
That is not. the
There's
spot.
No matter, you
That's
can
what
put
I'm
up four-way stop
There's
signs
all
and
kinds of
everything, it's
roads-
still
there's
gonna
all
be
kinds
a
of
juggernaut
parking
mess.
Between where the buses unload the kids now and the blacktop, all they gotta do is.
No, you've been up there during 3 o'clock. Go up there at 3 o'clock
Yeah.
because you know cars parked on the state road.
And when
Yeah.
they're having
Oh, yeah.
some
It's-
sort of
it's
function.
not-
From the road to the school, there's all kinds of parking, all this grass out there, they can make parking out there.
Right,
It's on this side of the road.
right.
You got me confused. The road to the
From-
school.
Between the
From the-
school and the
Where the
blacktop.
buses used to pick up kids.
From
to the
the
blacktop.
school
Oh,
to the
okay.
blacktop,
Where
there's
the
all
sign
kinds of
is.
places to
Oh, in
park.
other words, take
Where we
that
used to
lawn
play-
out there and
where
make
the
a
flagpole
parking
is.
lot.
Parking lot.
Okay, I
Where
What do
we-
you use it for? Just got a sign in
Well, it
it.
looks pretty.
Put the sign on the other side of the road.
How come they can't? What's
There's,
Yeah,
Oh
you
my
could
God.
put
no?
the
But
sign
what
around
is
the road.
behind
Put the
where they
sign
just
in
put
the
the new parking lot in the back?
Yeah,
What is from there to the kitchen?
there, no, there
Is
are
there
mount systems
anything
on
in
that
there?
other
Mount
lot,
system on
so.
the other side, there's
The
Power
water
line.
lines.
power and water
Just a
comes
water
in.
line,
Yeah,
power
just the
line.
water line that goes to that mound system.
And
on
actually-
there's all kinds of room over there for
The
parking.
parking lot out that they put in there, instead of putting it at a stupid angle,
Right.
would have saved a
Exactly.
little.
There's all kinds of room over there for parking.
Like I said, you can decide to do something, or he's just gonna come to the next meeting and talk to you about it.
Yeah,
It's
that would
whatever.
be a good thing.
Let him come talk?
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh,
I will invite him.
Mark?
No, Vern.
Oh, yeah.
We're boom mover.
Vern.
Andy's
Tell
boss.
Vern,
Yes,
tell
yes.
Vern down here, thanks a lot.
Okay, so Vince put in his resignation as the health officer and the Northwest Regional Planning representative for the town of Berkshire. So with that being said, we need replacements.
I'll take one of them.
Which one you
One
want?
I had,
Health officer?
yeah. He hasn't been busy lately, right?
No,
Didn't
because
some-
I'm the.
No, but didn't some of that get taken over by like the fire marshal's been doing some of it or
So
something?
rental inspections are no longer done
Okay.
at the local level,
And that
so
was the
you
thing
are
that was a
fine,
pain in the
yes.
butt for me.
So we need a motion to make that happen.
I move that Todd becomes health inspector.
I need a second.
I'll second.
Second, you guys be careful, you'll be in.
Yeah.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. What's
Okay.
the other one?
Northwest Regional Planning Board, they're all Zoom meetings,
I
they're
don't think
like,
I need nothing to do with that. I can't zoom nothing.
yeah.
Anybody else want that? Anybody want
No,
that?
it's fine, we can put it out there, it's kind of the same as the rest of the board. We'll just-
No, we can make it.
We can move you
Yeah,
right
yeah.
into that.
No, you
You
don't want
don't,
to
you
do
don't need to be a select board.
You don't want to do Zoom meetings and stuff?
Inside
He
it
hates
more.
coming to this one.
No, you don't. Thanks.
Okay, so, Jamie Rushford, I've
Yeah.
been talking with her because, so a lot of my animal control stuff's been stuffed on her. Of course, she's the cat lady. So, and last year, she picked up over 30 cats out of Berkshire. This year alone, she's already got 10 that she has to fix on a farm, and one that she picked up, and so she's asking for $500 towards
Okay,
the cat crusader type thing.
is she
To
going
take
out
it.
looking for these cats or somebody calling her?
They all call.
No, they call
They
her.
are.
Why she got 10 cats on her farm that she picked up?
No, she didn't pick up. They go
She
out and
fixes.
fix them, but it's $80 per cat to have them fixed, so
But
that
you
they
know,
don't
she
reproduce.
does that all on her own, you know. They came down to the, I'm gonna tell you something. They came down to my house
Go
because
ahead.
the grandkids had 4 kittens that they were playing with down there.
Mm-hmm.
That woman showed up and tried to trap them cats to get them fixed and bring them back.
That'd be good
I
for
told her
you.
to get lost, leave them cats. Well, she was gonna try to find homes for them. I told her to get lost. I didn't need her there. The cats. Why would she even be there in the first place? And she went out drumming his business up.
You're asking
You
the
do
wrong
good.
person, but the fact that you got, 40 cats on one
I
farm
got
because they
4
keep.
kittens.
I know.
And the kids were playing with them, so she come to trap them and take them.
I'm only asking if you guys want to give her $500 annually or not. If you don't, then it's
up to you.
fine. I'm
What's
just
your,
saying.
what's your pleasure?
If you don't, we can discuss it in the budgeting. It doesn't have to be now. I don't know anything
let's
about what
discuss it
she
in the
does.
budgeting.
Okay.
Give Todd time to think about it.
Yeah, good call, yeah.
Well, I'm just wondering if she's just going out and.
I don't think she spends way more taking care of cats than she brings in.
Yeah, well, everybody knows she'll take them.
Yeah.
But I have no idea what other than, you know what I mean? Other than the fact that I don't have to deal with cat issues around here because
She'll do it, yeah.
she does them
Hey,
all.
does she want to
so-
sign up to be dog catcher? Will you
I know, I already asked her
You
that.
asked her?
She said no.
She doesn't want to go expand her horizons into dogs?
Offer $500 for dog
Yeah.
catcher.
Yeah, give her,
There you go.
give her-
You wanna
give
do
her-
that too?
we'll give her an extra 1,000 to be dog catcher. You can save more cats. Yeah.
What else you got?
See what she thinks of that.
Can you read my writing? Here, kitty.
Oh. That's your last one then?
That's it. I'm done.
Oh.
Oh, Todd wanted to talk
Oh, yeah, what'd you
about.
Well, we can do that during, that doesn't matter. The thing with the Franklin County Field Days,
Oh
looking.
yeah, that's in our budgeting folder.
Looking for money.
Yeah.
They had a thing on that on the news,
Oh.
and they're debating different ways to do it. I guess they got some land that they think that they might want, but some of it's not usable. Cause they gotta have land that's sandy so it drains, so that's the.
Anyway, get a park
I'm
cars.
not done yet either, but go ahead.
So, and they're taking it, like I said, they're taking it to the towns and asking
Yeah.
for money. So one of the things was that they said that they could do is they could put a petition, like, to have it, or we could put it to the voters to see if they wanna put it in our, and, cause they're gonna want this every year.
Right, but they have to,
Every
if
year.
that's what you do, they have to get signatures, yes.
So that's what I was
Yes.
asked, cause they had it, they
Yes.
said, so I think if that's what they wanna do, let them know that they can bring it up, get the signatures, and we'll put it on the ballot to the voters to see if they want us to do that. Cause I don't think,
Yeah, but
We-
We
yeah,
don't
it's
do
okay.
that with anybody else.
Yeah,
yeah, we do, all of our, what do they
It
call
goes
it?
into the appropriation,
The
it's not a,
appropriations,
it's
it-
not a separate line item
No,
in
it
our,
goes into our appropriations that they have, when we have anybody that, like when they wanted us to give them money for the
but
school.
you can put
They
it
had-
on the ballot as a separate line item to see if the voters want it.
Yeah, that's what I think, that's what I
You
was
can do
thinking.
either.
we
Yeah,
should probably
before
do.
we add it, put it on
Yeah,
there.
put
If
it,
they
let
vote
they
no,
vote
then,
no,
Yeah,
then-
you can,
Then
yeah.
we don't, and if they vote yeah, then we'll,
yeah.
Okay,
I think that's the best way.
so you can put a line item in, yes, okay.
So everybody else, we voted, everybody else that's on, we voted from the 4 years ago, must be.
Right, but nobody's ever asked for that amount of money.
Nobody's ever asked, like what they wanted, 2,000 for the school that time,
Alright,
and we had them put a petition, it went to the voters,
Yeah.
voted, and we gave it to them every year after that.
Yeah.
And looks like all of them are on there, that whole list of appropriations that
Yeah.
we get. I think the town should vote for it, rather
Yeah.
than just us deciding who to give it to.
Yeah.
Good thinking,
Huh?
good thinking.
Well, it caught me, because
Well,
when I
like I
watched
said,
the news article, I said, that's what they're
Nope.
having them do.
Yeah.
They're having them go to the town,
So,
put the petition in, and have
Okay.
them vote, to have the
Yeah,
voters
of
vote
course,
on it.
we do Australian now, so it ain't like we used to do.
right.
Yeah,
Back, do it all from the floor. We used to do, we do 2, 3.
yeah.
So if you guys agree to put something on the ballot, you actually have to have a motion to do that.
So should we put that on?
Sure.
Yeah, let's put it on, see what the people wanna do.
Right.
Cause they say if they're gonna want 5,000 every year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was
Nope,
assuming the
that's
one
fine.
I was listening to,
Yeah,
that looked like what it
But
was
even-
coming down to, but
yeah, even the 5,000.
even if it's
mark,
1 year.
Still, yeah.
Okay.
And if it looks like later they want it every year, then we'll have them say, okay, hey, you petition, put it down, see if they wanna put in the appropriations yearly.
Yeah,
We can have them find out at least what they wanna do this year.
Because it's not gonna be annually, they're only asking for a one-time thing. Right now.
Right now, but I'm
Right
wondering,
now.
the way it sounded on the,
Yeah,
that might not be the case.
okay.
Cause it's a non-profit, supposedly.
Yeah, but they rent weddings and stuff. Where they?
They doing it down there at the airport, but that's.
They're doing it this year, but
Yeah,
next year
this is
they
the
gotta
last
do
year.
it.
Oh no, this was the last year.
No,
No,
they,
they
They gave them another
extended it,
extension?
yeah.
One more.
Oh, so they didn't rip the building? Oh my god, yeah,
No.
because last year they were getting ready to figure out where the buildings were going.
Yeah, they're still working on it.
Alright,
Okay,
you can
so
close it now. I'm
okay,
good,
I
can-
make a motion to close.
No, yeah, you gotta have one.
Yeah, close. Okay,
I moved to close it.
Second. Approved.
I was listening.
All in favor? Yeah.
Aye.
Opposed? All right.